friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and I am the Lopsided Crafter. You can find me on all the socials as the Lopsided Crafter or Lopsided Crafter. We have our own website, thelopsidedcrafter.com, and a sister channel, the Lopsided Crafter Loom Knitting channel, where we do all of our loom knitting videos. It has been a while, and we have a new background. So the last time I did a little chat with you, I told you that I was going to be having a total knee replacement, and that I was going to be taking some time off so that I could recover, because I knew that that would be a long recovery. I did that, and right about the time that I was going to start filming videos again, my stepfather unfortunately had a massive stroke. So I have been spending, between me and my 3 sons, we have been spending a lot of time with my mother, trying to get her acclimated to things, helping with doctor's appointments, care, because he was total bed rest after that. And she did want to keep him at home. So hospice was called in, all those things. Unfortunately, on March 17th of this year, 2026, my stepfather did pass away. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. A roller coaster of things to do, phone calls to make, filling out this paperwork, filling out that paperwork. He was retired military, so there was a lot that we had to do with the government as well, and we're still going through it. It has been hard, but I feel like I am in the place now where I can continue to do these videos. I'm not sure what it's going to look like going forward. I don't know if it'll be if it will be 2 videos every week like it was in the past. Now that we have the sister channel, I might just do 1 video a week. I'm still trying to figure that out. As for the background, a lot of you know that we also own land in a neighboring county from the one that our home is in. And we did have the opportunity to purchase an RV. Unfortunately, I will never forget the day that we purchased this RV, because it is the same day my stepdad had his stroke. But we decided to park it on our land because it is quiet, it is peaceful. All of our farm animals are here, our cows, well, we have 1 cow, our pigs, chickens, the dogs, the cats, they're all here. The squirrels, I mean, they're not my pets, but they run around. So it has been peaceful. And then our 3 adult children are, well, 2 of our adult children are staying at the house and renting it from us. And then one of our other adult sons is actually still living with my mother, to help her. And it, kind of gets him out of the house with the other boys, that kind of thing. So all in all, it has been good. So on March 17th, my stepfather passed away. And then two weeks later, I officially became an Oma for the first time. So like I said, it has been a roller coaster. My son did do a paternity test, so we know that he is the father. And I have really been enjoying getting to know him. I will not be posting pictures of him, and I will not be saying his name. In respect to the parents, they do not want his name or his pictures put on any type of social media, and I completely understand that. I am just excited that I am officially a grandma and that I can enjoy saying that I am a grandma. I previously posted a video tutorial for right-handed and left-handed versions of my new square, the farmhouse square. So that tutorial is already here up on the channel. And while I was making those squares, I did use some new crochet hooks that I got on Amazon. These are kind of like an Addi dupe. Addi has those, I don't remember the name of them. Addi Curve, maybe. Not 100% sure. If you do know the name of them, put it in the comments below. That way other people can look those up if they want to. I just was not ready to spend over $100 at this point for those crochet hooks, not knowing if I would like them. Now I understand that these are still going to be different, but it would kind of give me an idea if I like the shape of these. So I got these dupes on Amazon, and it is Luxus Fair de Honde. That is how you say it. I will have a link to that and the Scheepjes yarn that I used for those squares. This is the Scheepjes Softfun in the jewel pack. Those will be linked below. They are in my Amazon storefront. I do get a little bit of money. I mean, it's pennies. Like, I've had the store for a year, and I don't think I've been paid yet. So, if you want to use the link, that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine too. You can use the link to find it and go back to it later. However you want to do it, that's fine. But I did use this crochet hook while I was making those squares. And this set comes with multiple sizes. So we are going to go to the table. I'm going to go over these hooks with you. We're going to start another square. And then we're going to do a review. So let's head to the craft table. Let's talk more in depth about these hooks. If I think you should get them, if you should try them, all that good stuff. They're $9.99. So let's head to the table. It's time to start another farmhouse square. So I decided what better time than to do a full review of these crochet hooks, as I mentioned, and the Scheepjes Softfun yarn. I mentioned earlier in the video that I got these on Amazon. They are the curved handle, and they are similar to the Addi swing hooks, which I may eventually get and do a review on those as well. But in the meantime, I have these to share with you, and let's get started. I got this pack, as I said, on Amazon. They come in multiple sizes. There's 8 different hooks in this pack. This pack was $9.99. Your smallest hook is a 2.5, and then it goes up in your standard increments from there. We have a 2.5, a 3 millimeter, 3.5, the 4 millimeter, which I'll be using today, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6. Not able to compare these to the Addi swing because I have not used those. So I don't know the material that they are made with and their durability. I will say that these have a little bit of flex to them, which was one of the things that several people on Amazon complained about. The flex has not bothered me. It sits in my hand well. And the thumb grip is in the perfect spot. I did not notice any snag, although I can see some spots here on the hook. Let's see if I can get that focus so you can see it. There are a few little spots here. Right there, you can see it on the hook. But it does not seem to bother me. It's not snagging the yarn. It's not doing anything like that. I can say, and again, this is not a sponsored video. This is just my own opinion. I can say that my hands did not hurt. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have arthritis in my fingers and my hands swell quite often. So I need the more ergonomic, friendly tools for my hands. And this seems to fit that bill. So I am going to do a few rounds of the new square that I'm making. I do have a full tutorial here on the channel for the farmhouse square. And I decided, like I said, it's time to make another one. So why not do a detailed review of the yarn and the hooks for you. This is the Scheepjes Softfun. It is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and it is a DK. You can tell that it has acrylic in it, and you can also tell that it has cotton in it. Is it the softest yarn? Probably not, but it does have a lot of bounce back, which I do like that. Not soft in the skein. Works up really well. A little heavy. I don't know that I would use it for a garment, even though it is a DK. But I think that it would be perfect for a blanket. Again, you know, it may be good for a garment with a different stitch. But let's work with it. Let's show you what it does. So I am going to do, like I said, a couple rounds of the farmhouse square, and we are just going to work with this yarn. So it does chain well. It holds its stitch definition very well. And I did notice that on some of the stitches, it was harder to pull the hook through. I don't think that that is the fault of the hook. The hook is gliding through very well. I think that is more of, now that I have made several of these squares, more of a tension issue versus a hook or a yarn issue. If you've watched the tutorial, you may have heard me say that I thought maybe it was the yarn. But now, after making several more of these squares, I don't necessarily think that stands true anymore. I think it was just the tension of the actual puff stitch. See, because I held that one tight and I had a little bit of a drag. Again, I don't really think it's the hook, because this is gliding very well. So we have a few here. You know from looking at the square that it does have great stitch definition. The colors are gorgeous. These are the jewel tone colors. Really, really enjoying these. I did not have to block them. I did have to stretch this one out that I did in the tutorial just a little bit by doing this to get it to the correct dimensions. But I did not have to spray block it. It has held its shape the way it should. Now let's frog it. Let's see how easily this yarn frogs. Like a dream. So we won't have any frogging issues there. And let's just, for argument's sake, let's pull out a different hook just to see if there is any difference. Because I am using a 4 in this, I am just going to go to the 4.5. I'll have to end up frogging it anyway so that the dimensions of the square are the same. But I do want to pull out a different hook to see if this one is any different as far as working it, drag, holding the hook, that kind of thing. So let's do a couple stitches here, and then I am going to give you my first thoughts. But let's do the correct stitch. Do a couple more here. Okay. That one is stuck. All right, we're just going to redo that stitch. Okay, so between the 4.5 and the 4.0, I did notice a little bit more drag on the 4.5 than I did this one. They feel the same, but there was a little bit more initial drag. So I'm wondering, because this one does feel just a titch smoother, I'm wondering if there is some kind of coating that is on these from the manufacturer that would cause the drag. So I'm going to go up to the next size, the 5.0. And we're going to do a few stitches with this one to see if that one has any drag so that I can compare. So by doing those 2 extra stitches, this one does not have any drag. And this one feels like the 4.5. So maybe you can see a little bit of the glue here where they actually stuck the hook into the handle. Maybe that's what initially dragged on the yarn. So I'm going to have to find something to get that off of there because I do not like it. And I mean, is it a deal breaker? Probably not. They, like I said, they are flexible, and a lot of people have complained about that. Now let's look here at the actual size. I could not tell initially from looking at these other ones. I know you can see it in the camera, but I could definitely not tell on this one. This is not raised. This, you can see where it is. So I would wonder, yes, see, I just scratched it off with my fingernail. So that would require some kind of clear fingernail polish to seal that in. This one is doing the same. It does not feel like a sticker, but maybe like a heat shrink that they put over it. But that is scratching off also. So that is a downside to these hooks. I like the way they crochet. I don't like the way that it dragged on this particular one, but I like the way it sits in my hand. Will it be a make or break? I don't know. Let's head back to our main camera and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Scheepjes Softfun. I'm really enjoying working with this yarn. The downside to this is that there are not a lot of places to purchase this yarn in the US. You can buy them from distributors or yarn companies across the pond, but you know, with living in the US, you have that big T word attached to it now. So you got to watch your prices there because it's not really that expensive for the yarn itself. It's those T's and the shipping that can make it expensive. So I was able to get these on Amazon. They did come in packs. This one that I have is the dual tone. So if I can show this without any, this one hasn't been opened yet. So that one, I did get 3 of these for this blanket that I am making. They have several different color packs. Pastels, I think there was some beachy ones, the jewel tones, bunches of different colors. I kind of wanted these because I was going for like a fall type design. But now that I have worked with these, I think I'm going to go back and get some of the other colors. Like I said, the downside to that is I was unable to really find a lot of singles on Amazon that I thought were priced fairly. You know, you got to watch sometimes with your third party. Now, they may be shipping from another country and may have already added those T's to that. I don't know. But if you can find somebody in the US that does sell them, then it might be more worth it. I do know that Jimmy Beam's Wool, I think, sells Scheepjes. So does Love Crafts. Webs may. I don't remember off the top of my head. But they don't have all the colors readily available. I did find another company, Magic Scissors, that sells it. I think, though, that they may be a U.S. company that has, or excuse me, a European country that has a U.S. warehouse, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Wool Warehouse sells them. Lindell sells them, but again, you know, those are overseas, and they do put the shipping and the T in that. So, all that to say, will I use it again? Absolutely. Will it be beneficial for something that you need a bunch of one color for? For us, maybe not. The crochet hooks. I had high hopes for these. I really enjoyed using the 4mm hook. It had no drag. The stitches were good. But having discovered in this video the drag in that other size, and the fact that the sizes scratch right off, I'm not sure that I would keep these. I am still within my time frame to return them to Amazon, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I had high hopes for them. So really love how they fit in my hand. So unfortunately, I think these guys are going back. Have you used these? Do you like them? What is your thoughts? Do you have any suggestions on keeping the sizes on there? You know, put that in the comments below for, you know, other people to read. I know you can put clear fingernail polish on that and it will usually seal it. For $9.99 for a set of 8, that's probably not out of the question. If I was spending a lot more on these, that is something that I would not want to do. I feel if I'm spending a lot of money on my tools, that they need to work the way I expect them to and not have to drag out a gauge to check the size of my hook every time I want to do something. I also don't want to have to write it down and put it on a note. Especially when we have multiple colors that are very close. So, all that to say, I'm probably going to send these back, and I might just have to invest in an Addi curb just to see how it feels in my hand. What are your thoughts? Have you tried the Softfun? Do you like any of the other Scheepjes yarns? I love them. I just wish we had more of them here in the U.S. These, I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. That's all I've got for you now. Thank you so much for stopping by. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.